I'm here in George Square, right in the centre of the city of Glasgow in Scotland. This is a place full of stories. All around me are these great statues, heroes from Britain's past. Politicians, poets, military leaders, scientists. And then right in the centre is this great column, on top of which is the statue of a man called Walter Scott, who is arguably Scotland's greatest storyteller. This is a storied space. We all live in stories. We all have stories that shape our own local spaces and the world in which we live. And this is a really interesting local storied space. So here in Glasgow, there's a statue of Queen Victoria. Queen Victoria, who led the British Empire to dominate huge swathes of the world. To some hero, to others villain. There's a guy over in the corner over there called James Watt, who is a scientist that came up with Watt as a unit of power, something that's been critical in the development of so much technology, even the stuff I'm using to film right here. The square itself is called George Square. It's named after King George III, the guy who lost the American War of Independence. So there'll be loads of you watching this in different parts of the world whose lives have been shaped, for good or ill, by this storied space, just as mine has. We all have local stories, stories that shape our lives, our families' lives, the community we live by. But in a globalised world, those stories never stay local. They spill out and they shape the wider world. The Alchemy Project is about bringing those local stories together and creating a storied space where we can explore together. We can help bring the story of the Bible alive in our local context, but bring our insights together in a global context, to innovate in local ministry, but to share together in global ministry. I'm hopeful that this storied space will become one that inspires us, that informs us, but most of all is a space in which we come together to listen to each other and to learn and to think how our stories will shape our communities and the world.